Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, we have a thrilling breakdown of all the latest drama happening in General Hospital. From dangerous warnings to unexpected romantic sparks, emotional turmoil, and a growing sense of unease in Port Charles, things are getting intense. Make sure to stick around because I'm diving deep into every twist and turn. Let's get started. Lucky Spencer's miraculous awakening and a favor that could change everything. The impossible has happened, Lucky Spencer is awake, and it's nothing short of a miracle. After his near-death experience, which left his loved ones fearing the worst, he has finally emerged from unconsciousness, sitting up and breathing on his own. But what's truly mind-blowing is the story he tells upon waking. Lucky claims to have heard the voice of his father, Luke Spencer, urging him to come back to the world of the living. Whether it was a hallucination, a spiritual encounter, or simply his subconscious fighting for survival, the impact on him is undeniable. Now that he's regained consciousness, Lucky has something important on his mind, a favor that could change the course of his future. But what exactly does he need? His mother, Laura Collins, was the first person he saw after waking, having rushed straight from her office upon hearing the news from Felicia Scorpio. It makes sense that Lucky would turn to her for help. But with Sonny Corinthos personally driving Laura to the hospital, he is also in the loop about Lucky's recovery. Could Sonny also play a role in whatever request Lucky is about to make? This favor isn't just some small ask. It could be something monumental. Is Lucky planning to leave Port Charles again, seeking a fresh start after his near-death experience? Or does he have unfinished business he needs help with? One thing's for sure, after staring death in the face, Lucky is more determined than ever to take control of his destiny. Jordan Ashford's dangerous mission. A deadly game with Jen Sidwell. Across town, Jordan Ashford is playing one of the most dangerous games of her life. Working undercover is never easy, but infiltrating the world of Jen Sidwell is proving to be more treacherous than she expected. In an attempt to gather crucial intelligence on his shady dealings, she has agreed to a dinner date with the cunning and deceptive businessman. But what she doesn't realize is just how much she's risking by getting close to him. Isaiah Gannon, a man who knows the ins and outs of Port Charles's criminal underworld, sees the storm brewing from a mile away. And he isn't about to let Jordan walk blindly into danger without at least trying to warn her. He delivers a dire message: Sidwell isn't just a smooth-talking charmer. He's a man who gets what he wants by any means necessary. If you get in his way, he'll get rid of you, Isaiah warns, his voice laced with certainty. But will Jordan listen? She's fiercely independent, determined to see her mission through. She believes she can handle Sidwell, that she can manipulate the situation in her favor. But is she underestimating him? Sidwell is already working alongside Drew Quartermaine, plotting to gain control of Sonny Corinthos' peers, and he's willing to go to extreme lengths to make it happen. If Jordan isn't careful, she could find herself in way over her head. Molly Lansing Davis' bold moves, flirting with danger? Meanwhile, things are heating up at the Quartermaine mansion, though not in the way anyone expected. Cody Bell, ever the charming and unpredictable presence, has found himself the recipient of some serious flirtation. And the person throwing those signals his way? None other than Molly Lansing Davis. Molly is prancing around, her energy undeniably flirtatious, tossing her hair and smiling in a way that leaves no room for misinterpretation. There's an air of confidence about her, a sense that she's testing the waters, seeing just how far she can push things. But here's the catch, she's still technically in a domestic partnership with T.J. Ashford. That's right, she hasn't even officially dissolved their relationship yet, and already, she seems ready to move on. Is this a genuine attraction to Cody, or is Molly acting out of impulsivity? There's a chance she's seeking an escape, a distraction from whatever turmoil she's dealing with internally. And Cody, well, he's never been one to shy away from a little attention. But if things go too far, this could turn into a messy situation that affects more than just the two of them. Ava Jerome's reckless behavior, will she ignore Rick Lansing's warning? At Charlie's pub, a tense conversation is unfolding between Ava Jerome and Rick Lansing. Over a steaming cup of coffee, Rick delivers a piece of advice that Ava probably doesn't want to hear. "If I were you, I wouldn't push my luck," he warns, his voice steady but firm. The question is, what exactly is Ava up to this time? Has she just had a heated confrontation with Christina Corinthos Davis? A major face-off between the two has been teased, and if it hasn't already gone down, it's definitely about to. And knowing Ava, she's unlikely to back down from a fight. Rick's words come from a place of experience. He knows how quickly things can spiral out of control in Port Charles. But Ava has always had a rebellious streak, a tendency to ignore good advice, even when it's in her best interest. Will she take Rick's warning to heart, or will she go full steam ahead into whatever trouble is waiting for her? Sasha Gilmore Corbin's emotional struggle, is she truly in control? Over at the Quartermaine mansion, emotions are running high for Sasha Gilmore Corbin. She's pregnant, exhausted, and dealing with an overwhelming sense of frustration. It's becoming increasingly clear that she feels like she's losing control of her own narrative. Jason Morgan, who has agreed to pretend he's the father of her baby, is the only one who seems to understand what she's going through. When he tells her, "You want to be the one making the decisions," it strikes a chord. Because that's exactly what Sasha wants, autonomy. She doesn't want others dictating how she should handle her pregnancy, her baby, or her future. But the reality is that the more people get involved, the harder it becomes for her to maintain control. The Quartermaines are a powerful family, and once they have their hands in something, they rarely let go. Is Sasha fighting a losing battle? Or will she find a way to reclaim her independence before it's too late? Sonny Corinthos' growing suspicion, a storm is coming. And finally, Sonny Corinthos is on high alert. Something isn't adding up, and he knows it. Laura Collins has already warned him that Jen Sidwell is a serious problem, and the more he pieces things together, the more uneasy he becomes. Sidwell and Drew Quartermaine are trying to take his peers, using legal loopholes and underhanded tactics. But Sonny knows better than to trust surface appearances. There's something more at play here, something bigger, something hidden. And Sonny isn't the kind of man to let things slide. If there's a threat lurking in Port Charles, he's going to find it. And when he does, things are going to get very interesting. What happens next? Port Charles is a ticking time bomb, filled with dangerous alliances, emotional upheaval, and secrets waiting to explode. What do you think is coming next? Will Lucky's favor change everything? Will Jordan survive her dangerous game? And will Sonny uncover the truth before it's too late? Next, we have some explosive drama to break down in General Hospital. Family secrets, long-buried deception, and shocking revelations are on the horizon in Port Charles, and things are about to get messy. What happens when a mother's love turns into a carefully constructed lie? And how will the past collide with the present? Let's dive into the tangled web of secrets surrounding Lois Cerullo, Brooke Lynn Quartermaine, and Giovanni Gio Palmieri. The truth about Gio, a ticking time bomb in Port Charles. Port Charles is unknowingly sitting on a powder keg, and when the truth about Giovanni Gio Palmieri finally comes to light, the fallout will be nothing short of earth-shattering. What no one yet realizes is that Gio isn't just another face in town, he is, in fact, the long-lost son of Brooke Lynn Quartermaine, the child she gave up for adoption as a teenager. The truth has been buried for years, but it's about to resurface in the most unexpected way. At the center of this carefully guarded secret is Lois Cerullo, who has spent years ensuring that the truth about Joe's parentage remained hidden from her daughter and the rest of the Quartermaine family. While Brooke Lynn has always believed she lost her child forever, Lois made sure to keep tabs on him, orchestrating his adoption in such a way that she would always know where he was. But now, with Gio right under their noses in Port Charles, Lois is scrambling to keep her secret safe. Lois isn't just worried about Brooke Lynn discovering the truth, she's also trying to protect herself. If it comes out that she manipulated the situation to keep Brooke Lynn in the dark, she risks not only her daughter's trust but also her entire relationship with the Quartermaines. But with Joe's presence becoming more prominent, how long can Lois continue to keep her deception intact? Brooke Lynn's determination to find the son she never knew. Brooke Lynn has carried the weight of her past in silence for years, but that's all starting to change. Recently, she confided in her husband, Harrison Chase, revealing the painful truth that she once gave up a baby as a teenager. While she didn't mention the father's identity, keeping Dante Falconeri's name out of the conversation. Chase's unwavering support has given her the courage to confront a past she never thought she'd have to face again. But now that the floodgates have opened, so has a desire Brooke Lynn didn't expect, the longing to know what happened to the child she gave away. What started as a painful memory is quickly turning into an unstoppable need to find out the truth. And with Chase by her side, she's starting to wonder if it's even possible that her child is out there somewhere, waiting to be found. What Brooke Lynn doesn't realize is that she's already closer to the truth than she knows. A stray comment, a familiar gesture, or even something as simple as Joe's age might set off alarm bells in her mind. The more she digs, the more nervous Lois will become, and it won't be long before mother and daughter find themselves on opposite sides of an inevitable battle. A web of lies that spans generations. Lois's decision to keep Joe's identity a secret wasn't just about protecting Brooke Lynn, it also meant keeping Dante Falconeri in the dark. When Brooke Lynn was a teenager, she never told Dante about her pregnancy, and that secret has remained buried ever since. But if she finds out the truth and pieces together the fact that Dante is the father, the ripple effect will be massive. Dante has built a life for himself, never knowing that he has a son out there in the world. If the truth comes out, it will shake him to his core. Not only will he have to face the reality of missing out on his child's entire life, but he'll also have to deal with the betrayal of being kept in the dark all these years. How will he react when he realizes that Brooke Lynn, and worse, Lois, knew the truth all along? And then there's Chase. Right now, he's nothing but supportive of Brooke Lynn's quest for answers. But what happens when he finds out that the father of the child she's looking for is none other than his own partner, Dante? What seemed like a simple journey of self-discovery could turn into a devastating love triangle that tests everyone's loyalties. The Quartermaine fallout, the trail runs deep. Lois's grip on this secret is slipping, and if Brooke Lynn puts the pieces together, it won't just be her and Dante affected. The Quartermaine family is about to be rocked to its core. Ned Quartermaine, Brooke Lynn's father, is unlikely to take Lois's deception lightly. He may have his flaws, but one thing is certain, he values family above all else. If he finds out that Lois knowingly kept his grandson from him, their already complicated history could take a turn for the worse. And what about Gio himself? Right now, he has no idea that his entire life has been built on a lie. He's been raised without knowledge of his true origins, believing that the family who raised him is his only family. But when the truth comes out, how will he react to learning that he's a Quartermaine by blood? Will he embrace the family he never knew he had, or will he feel like nothing more than a pawn in Lois's game? The more Brooke Lynn searches for answers, the more pressure Lois will be under to maintain her illusion of control. But secrets this big don't stay buried forever, and when this one finally explodes, the damage may be impossible to undo. The countdown to the truth begins. It's only a matter of time before this carefully guarded secret comes crashing down, and when it does, no one in Port Charles will be left unscathed. Will Brooke Lynn find out the truth about Gio before Lois can stop her? Will Dante be able to handle the reality of his long-lost son? And will Lois's desperate attempts to maintain her deception cost her everything she holds dear? One thing's for sure, Port Charles is about to witness one of the biggest family shakeups in General Hospital history. The only question is, who will be left standing when the dust settles? Next, we're diving into a major storm brewing in Port Charles, one filled with revenge, deception, and high-stakes drama that could change lives forever. From a dangerous car chase to a shocking frame-up, tensions between Ava Jerome and Christina Corinthos Davis are reaching their breaking point. Will this battle for justice end in tragedy, or will the truth come out before it's too late? Let's break it all down. A desperate escape, Ava's reckless getaway ends in disaster. Ava Jerome has always been a woman who knows how to survive, but this time, she may have gone too far. Realizing that her options are running out and the walls are closing in on her, she makes a shocking decision: she's leaving Port Charles for good. But she refuses to do so alone. In a final act of defiance, Ava kidnaps her own daughter, Avery Corinthos, unwilling to let Sonny Corinthos or anyone else dictate her fate. With her attorney, Rick Lansing, telling her that she's out of options and could face 5 to 10 years in prison, Ava decides she won't stick around for the trial. She knows she's being backed into a corner, and in her mind, her only option is to run. But Christina Corinthos Davis isn't about to let her slip away. Christina has been watching Ava closely, waiting for the moment she might make a mistake. The second Ava leaves Sonny's home with Avery in tow, Christina springs into action. Desperate to stop Ava, she follows her, but things take a devastating turn when Ava realizes she's being pursued. Panicking, Ava presses down on the gas, pushing her car to dangerous speeds. What was already a high-stakes game turns deadly when Ava loses control, and in a split second, everything goes terribly wrong. The car spins out and crashes. When Christina finally reaches the wreckage, the sight before her is chilling. Both Ava and Avery are unconscious. Christina rushes to Avery's side, and the realization sinks in: Avery is hurt. Ava regains consciousness and immediately lashes out, blaming Christina for everything. As her daughter's life hangs in the balance, Ava's rage takes over, hurling accusations at Christina, who suddenly feels the full weight of her actions. Is this the moment Christina finally breaks? Will her guilt be strong enough to force her to confess what she has done? Christina's ruthless plan, a web of lies that went too far. Christina Corinthos Davis never forgot what Ava did to her. Ever since the accident at the Metro Court, which caused Christina to lose the child she was carrying for her sister, Molly Lansing Davis, she is burned with rage. Ava may have been acquitted, but in Christina's eyes, that doesn't mean she was innocent. And now that Ava has managed to settle her custody dispute with Sonny over Avery, Christina has had enough. If the legal system won't punish Ava, then she will take matters into her own hands. This is no impulsive act of anger, it's a carefully crafted revenge scheme. Christina knows Ava well enough to understand her weaknesses, and she intends to use them to her advantage. If she wants Ava out of the picture, she needs to make it look like Ava is unstable and dangerous. The first step? A very public confrontation at Charlie's pub. Christina makes sure everyone sees them arguing, planting the seeds of tension. She pushes Ava's buttons, trying to get her to react, to lose control. But that's only the beginning. Once the public fight has set the stage, Christina takes things to a whole new level. She orchestrates the perfect crime scene. trashing her own bar, tearing her own clothes, and creating the illusion of an attack, Christina calls the police with a fabricated story. When the authorities arrive, she plays the victim, claiming that Ava returned after their argument and assaulted her. The plan works. The PCPD launches an investigation, and soon enough Ava is in the hot seat. Despite her protests of innocence, it doesn't take long for things to spiral out of control. Before she knows it, Ava is arrested. Christina's plot has worked flawlessly. Ava is finally paying for her so-called crimes. But has Christina gone too far? Ava's downfall, betrayal, arrest, and an unthinkable decision. From the moment Ava is accused of attacking Christina, her world unravels at an alarming speed. She has no way of proving her innocence, and even Rick Lansing, her lawyer, is struggling to find a way out of this mess. The more the investigation unfolds, the more the evidence seems stacked against her. It's almost as if someone meticulously planned this downfall. Faced with the grim reality of her situation, Ava considers her options. Rick warns her that a conviction could mean serious prison time, 5 to 10 years at best. The thought of losing her freedom, of being separated from Avery, is unbearable. She refuses to let Christina or anyone else take her daughter away from her. That's when she makes the fateful decision: if she can't win in court, she will disappear. Grabbing Avery, Ava makes a run for it. She has no idea that Christina is right behind her, determined to make sure she doesn't get away. But Ava's escape attempt goes horribly wrong. The reckless chase leads to tragedy, and when the dust settles, everything changes. The aftermath, a moment of truth for Christina. As Christina stands over the wreckage, the reality of what she has done hits her like a tidal wave. She set out to punish Ava, to make her pay for what happened at the Metro Court. But now, looking at Avery's fragile body, at the chaos she has caused, she wonders, did she go too far? Ava's words cut deep. "This is all your fault," she spits, raw with anger and pain. And for the first time, Christina feels it. The weight of her choices, the guilt of what she's done. She may have wanted justice, but was this really the way to get it? The big question now is, will Christina confess? Will she own up to her role in framing Ava, knowing that it led to this tragic moment? Or will she let Ava take the fall, even as Avery's fate hangs in the balance? And what will happen to Ava? Will she fight to clear her name, or will she disappear into the darkness, knowing she's lost everything? What happens next? One thing is certain: Port Charles will never be the same. This tangled web of deception and revenge has left everyone changed, and the fallout is just beginning.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Bye.